A little context about this video. I graduated from a programming bootcamp which is called Alpha Camp, and my experience was pretty grueling, stressful, yet rewarding. I made friends, and that's where I really started delving into programming really deep. The instructor and the teacher assistants was great. They really made a lot of sacrifices to help the slower ones like me to understand programming, which I really appreciate. The people working in the programming bootcamp were nice, and I had no qualms or problems with them. However, I'm going to say the truth about programming bootcamps. So a bootcamp, in its essence, the meaning of a bootcamp is a harsh military training for new recruits with very strict discipline. The first truth about programming bootcamp is that they are primarily in it for the money. They're a business. They need money because money is the bloodline of a business. Most programming bootcamps are run in a profit-driven mentality. Some of them are non-profits, but most of them are in it for profits. And for them to survive or flourish, they need customers, or we call them students. And programming bootcamps are very expensive. So the more they can attract more students, the more money they can get. So is that a shocker? Maybe, maybe not. And they are highly profitable. Educational business are usually highly profitable. Secondly, coding bootcamps operate on a curriculum timeline, not according to how fast that students are able to understand or on their own learning speed. Imagine if you're a baby learning how to walk, and then the next week your parents ask you to run. They teach you how to run, but you haven't mastered walking. So how would you feel? Would you feel demoralized? Would you feel stressed? Would you feel that you feel like a slow learner? Personally, I will feel all of three. I will feel demoralized, I feel sad, and I think that I am a slow learner. Usually that's how people in a bootcamp feel, because it is very fast and it's very intensive. And why they run according to a curriculum timeline is because they want the graduate of the bootcamps to be hireable after the program. So they want the students to get a job right after they finished getting a programming bootcamp education. So it doesn't matter if you haven't mastered the art of basic walking or your programming fundamentals. If you are able to walk 50% of the time, it's okay. Put in your resume. Make yourself look as hireable as possible so that you can get a job as fast as possible. The coding bootcamp don't care if you have mastered the fundamentals of programming or even understand the framework they are teaching. They only care if you have finished your project in that week. It is ridiculous if you were to ask someone to understand the fundamentals of programming under 1 week. I myself have taught programming to kids, and they at least take 10 weeks to learn programming and the fundamentals and the different basic concepts of programming. And if I were to compare an adult and a child learner, the child learner is young, they are curious, and they are very participatory, meaning that they like to participate in activities and maybe they like to ask questions, because kids are generally very curious. But if I were to compare to adult learners, they just sit down there, listen to the topic being taught, and then they are afraid to ask questions because first, they are afraid that they are being judged, that people think they are dumb. And we all know that everyone in the room, or most people in the room, do not understand what I'm trying to teach. So in its essence, a coding programming bootcamp is usually according to the curriculum timeline, not according to the students' pace of learning. So inside the bootcamp, your classmates are not exactly the same learning speed and experience that you have. You might be like me when I joined the bootcamp with zero experience in programming and then really have no idea what a variable is. And then you have other classmates who have basic knowledge of programming and even some experience going into the bootcamp. And that's where you could see the difference in skills. So for those who are experienced, they are able to catch up with the lessons and they thrive in the environment of a bootcamp where it's fast-paced, and using their knowledge and experience, they are able to get the different concepts and they are being pushed in terms of learning a new framework. I'm not saying that these people should not join programming bootcamps or coding bootcamps. Some of them want a refresher, some of them want to learn a new framework, some of them just want to make friends. However, I think that this will be good if they can go to a different class with an accelerated track of learning, so that beginners like me, who is very slow, can go to somewhere that's much more peaceful and at my level, where the people who have experience can go to somewhere that's so much faster, so much more intense. Or the second one that I really want to recommend is that we should definitely work with these people. We can teach them, and at the same time, they can be your teacher assistants in the programming bootcamp. And then this will cultivate the culture of helping one another. Wouldn't it be great that you can ask your friend, maybe I'm the beginner one, and then ask a friend or a classmate that has more experience in a question that I don't understand. And because I've worked as a teacher for a few years, I could see that the struggles of a teacher to have to go to each student in order for you to understand what's their progress in their learning is really time consuming. So with this extra help, it not only makes the instructor job so much better, but it makes the culture of learning the programming or coding or anything so much more fun. And then another thing is that people do drop out from the course. So the thing is that some of them drop out voluntarily, and some of them dropped out because they are forced to, because they can't just catch up with the course. I don't understand that, because they really want to learn programming and they are faced with the brutal facts that programming may not be for them. What bullshit is that? If you were to have a child, and if the child was not able to walk as fast as how the other child is, are you going to say to your child and say that walking is not for you? Exactly, no. You will probably not give up on the child. And the thing is, like when I was writing this script, I got a little bit emotional. Like, we should treat our students like we treat like our children. We would not want to give up on them. They want to be in a bootcamp for a reason. And let's not push them away because they can't follow or be on the same speed of the people around them. We have to be empathetic. So what about employment after the programming bootcamp? I would say not everyone become a software developer after the programming bootcamp. Some of them become project managers, some of them become tech sales rep, or some other jobs in the IT industry. For those who manage to get a software developer job, they might not think that their experience would be enough for them to be in that role. Most of the time, you will learn on the job. You have colleagues and people around you to ask about questions about frameworks or even the programming language that you're going to learn. Personally, I had a harder time learning a new programming language because my fundamentals wasn't great. And the thing is, I would guarantee that if I were to master my fundamentals in programming language and really understand how a framework works, get it? Then I wouldn't have a hard time to understand the programming language, and I would definitely be more confident in learning another framework or another programming language. So if you were to ask me, hey Haris, should I join a programming bootcamp? I would definitely say yes, because in my opinion, it will be so much faster than going through a college degree or a university degree that takes 3 to 4 years just to get a job. You will learn the industry standards quickly, and you'll be able to learn a programming language that is suitable to the current industry. And the thing is, inside the programming bootcamp, it is intensive, and that will honestly build the grit for you to learn a programming language at a very fast speed. At the same time, you will also get that push because there is deadlines that help you push to learn quickly and to trial and error very efficiently. Moreover, you're surrounded with like-minded individuals. Most of the time, people inside the programming bootcamp wants to get a software developer job or are really interested in programming. So you will have people that are really interested. Another truth is that some classmates are not as motivated as you are because they have no idea what they have signed up for themselves and they think that this is too hard, which is fine for them. So with all of these truth bombs, I want to build something that can help you teach coding at your own pace, pushed at your level, and focus on your progress and understanding rather than your results. I'm still researching and contacting some of my programming bootcamp mates about the experience of the bootcamp that we went through together and see what can be improved. If you're a bootcamp graduate yourself, DM me or comment down below and we can have a chat. You can email me also or in my other social media platforms. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to build. I might build an interactive platforms like Free Code Camp, or I might build an actual physical bootcamp where you learn at your own pace and then you can ask me or the other instructors or your classmates on any questions that you have. So that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want more of this, I guess, the truth about, leave in the comment down below on what I should do the truth about, because there are some truths that should be said. And subscribe for more videos. That's about it. Thank you for listening. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe and all the best. Bye bye. Bye.